Let me see. Okay. Good evening and welcome to the live show, the live mentoring call. So, one thing I would like you to do quickly is to confirm that my audio is coming out fine. Okay. So, tonight we're just going to be doing some question and answer sessions or a question and answer session. So, if you come in and you have any question concerning all the tags that I mentioned, career, life, entrepreneurship, clarity, anything at all, you can drop the question and I'm going to pick it up from there and answer. And if you are joining, please do well to let me know where you're joining from. Hopefully, I'll get to see your comments. Let me know where you're joining from. LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're seeing this. Do well to inform me in the comment section. Okay. And one more thing I would want you to do is you can mention somebody that you want to be here. You can share this video as well, share the session with somebody. You can play it with your family members, you know, anyhow you want to do it, but ensure that you're not the only person who is joining in. So if you're coming in here, whether you're watching live or you're watching the replay, I want to acknowledge your presence and celebrate you for being here. We're going to be having a very interesting conversation. So once you come in and there's any question that you've you've always wanted to ask, you know, put it in the comment section and I'll put it up here and I'll answer the question. So if my audio is fine, you can let me know that it's fine. Thaniel ID, well done, great man. Thank you very much for joining. So if there's any question you have about anything, branding, personal development, networking, uh, digital productivity, content creation, anything at all. And let me briefly share why I'm doing this. This session is meant to be a closed session. It's meant to be just for the inner circle. But I've been feeling guilty for a while because it's been a very, very difficult period for me. People coming up to me and telling me, asking certain questions. Can you teach me this? Can you teach me that? And for me, I would love to teach, I would love to share, but at the same time, I don't have that time. I really don't. I really don't. And it hurts in a very special way when you want to help a lot of people, but then you live a lot of your life outside your house and you barely have the time to do what you want to do, host events, host live programs like this one. So I just decided that occasionally, as I go live in my inner circle, I would extend the opportunity out here, okay, for everyone else to join, ask their questions, and I'll get to answer. Okay, so I hope I sent this link properly so that Faith, please help me inform those this session was originally meant for. Just help me and do that in the group chat. So, like I was saying, a lot of people have come to me lately, come to my DMs to request for something. Some of them will come and ask me question like, uh, please, how do you do this, or how do you do that, or how do you handle your multiple talents or multiple potentials? As much as I would love to answer those questions individually, like I said earlier, I really don't have the time, and it's not my fault. I try, but it's not just working out. So what I do most of the time is to just refer them to a video that I've done in the past. Some of my videos are on YouTube, they're on Facebook. I refer them to communities, you know, and I know if they join those communities and they search well, they will see the answers to their questions, right? So this is now a step forward. This is a step into another dimension. Okay, so come in, drop your questions, and let's answer. I think I'll give about a few minutes for that. Any question I'm able to answer within the next 30 to 45 minutes, I think we're good to go. So I'm going to be checking some of the groups, the WhatsApp groups as well, to see if anybody dropped questions there. And if at any point my audio or anything disconnects, just let me know, inform me, and I'll rectify it. Okay. So good, good. So once you join, you can hit the like button. That's one of the ways I'll know that you came around. If you don't want to hit the like button, it's fine too. It's perfectly fine. If you don't want to hit the like button, it's fine. So I'll not notice you. It's okay. So um, you can share this. One of the things that I would like to start with today is the concept of value, the concept of value and utility. Okay, this is more like out of the blues right now while I wait for questions. And a lot of people don't understand one thing. A lot of people, they don't understand this one thing, that most of the time what you are looking to get in life will come through exchange. Most of the time, most of the time, what you want to get in life, what you think you desire and deserve, will not come through entitlement. It will not come through begging people. It will not come through asking. No, a lot of the times, what you are looking to get in life will come through reciprocity and exchange, the law of exchange. Something has to go for something. Okay, so you want to connect with an influential person, there has to be something you are willing to exchange, something tangible enough that will make them consider that connection. Okay, when you go to the market to buy stuff, you don't go there and start begging the market woman. Huh? You don't go there and start begging the market woman and say, "Oh, ma, I don't have money, oh, but can I just get some fish? You know, just help me. I'm a poor person. Give me fish." If you try this 100 times, it will not work 90 times, right? But you can go to the market woman and say, "Ma, I don't have money, oh, but I have chicken. Can I exchange one chicken for, like, you know, 3 pieces of fish?" Right? One full bread, heavyweight chicken. And she's going to be happy because probably that weekend she wants to eat chicken on Sunday. Okay? Now that's exchange. You can go to the woman and say, "I don't have this, oh, but after eating your fish, I'm going to help you and wash the plates in your kitchen for the day." That's exchange. There has to be something that you're willing to sacrifice. It's called trade-off. Okay, there are three kinds of commitment that you may need to make. Number one, it can be organic, that you have to labor, you have to do maybe mouth to mouth, abi mouth to what do they call it again? Not mouth to mouth, abeg. um Door to door, you know, door to door prospecting, or what is it called? In-person prospecting, prospecting at events, reaching out to prospects in your churches. You are doing word of mouth marketing. And you are using energy. You are expounding energy to get a client in return, right? You are probably going to learn how to do that prospecting. You are using your mental energy to grab, to learn sales, to learn customer acquisition, to learn customer retention. You are putting in all that effort so that you can go out there and reach out to your prospective clients and get them into your fold. Now, aside from that, what else can you do? You can decide to go inorganic. You can decide to do paid traffic. It's like you can decide to go and, you know, you meet an influencer that has the audience that you are looking for, right? And you have money, you have spare money in your account that's not doing anything. You can decide to exchange that spare money for the influencer's audience. That's life for you. Okay, sir, how many do you charge for ad to post my advert? You say, oh, I charge 50,000, I charge 25. And you decide to go and pay that amount so that you can get their audience in exchange. And that's fine. The other way around, you can either decide to go and learn how to run Facebook ads by yourself, or you find somebody who can run the ads for you, and you make commitment to get what you're looking for in return. Nothing goes for nothing. Okay. So as much as possible, no matter what you're expecting in life, the first question you should be asking yourself is, what am I going to put in? Where's my coin? You know, what am I going to put in? What effort, what energy, what money, what amount of money, what kind of commitment am I going to put in? Okay. So that's what brings me to value and utility. And I want you to understand that you are rich in value. Even if you are not rich in cash, you are rich in different alternatives or different forms of value. Okay. So there's a personal form utility involved, in the sense that you may not have cash, but you have a service that you can render. You may not have cash or service that you can render, but you have a trait, something about you that is unique, that you are admired and commended for. That trait can be integrity, it can be your smile, it can be anything. There's definitely something that you have that you can trade for another thing. You may not be rich in cash or rich in trait or rich in whatever, but maybe you are rich in relationships. Maybe you know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody for everything. Do you know that there are people who are willing? See, employers, hiring managers, recruiters, there are people who are some of those guys, HR managers and recruiters, that are so desperate right now that if you tell them, I have the right, what is it called? The right employee for your organization, the right person that you are looking for, who will increase the value of your organization, and the kind of person that the manager will be happy, or the owner or the whatever will be happy that you have in your team, that you are able to bring in, and they will pay you. They are that desperate that they are willing to pay to get the right employee, to get the right, you know, interviewee or candidate. So maybe you just know your own blessing is that you know people who need the job, you know people who are in need. So your own role is, let me weave people, let me connect people, connect one person to another person, and that's it. There's value that you are bringing in, and that's how you should think. At every point in time, you have to be thinking, what do I have that I can offer? What can I offer? Turn the tables. Stop waiting for people to give you something all the time. Stop depending. Stop being entitled. Start thinking, how can I give? What can I offer? Okay. So now, the next thing I wanted to say is, maybe you're not rich in relationships, you're not rich in cash, you're not rich in traits, or all those things I mentioned. Yeah. But just maybe your environment positions you for something. There's opportunity around you. If you mistakenly find yourself in the midst of, let me give you an example. Let me give you a typical example. So if you sew clothes and you can actually produce raincoats, for example, raincoats, and you find yourself in the country right now where it's raining, Nigeria is rainy season here, and you're able to produce raincoats. By the virtue of you existing in a climb like this, and this is the current weather condition, there's a lot of money sitting in your hands. that you don't know. So people have a need that you can exchange a service or a skill or a product. What product are you reaching? What can you produce? What can you create? That book in your mind, that clothes that you are here to produce, that course that you are here to create. So like for the tailor who can make raincoats, you can gather the materials and make a lot of raincoats, you know, and sell. You enter the bus to go somewhere, you inform people that, oh, you have three of this, available, or your office where you work. Almost all of them can remember an experience where rain beat the living daylight out of them, soaked their bags, soaked their phones, and you just have something that you can sit down for an hour and produce, and they're willing to buy for 5,000, 6,000. Cost of production no reach 600 naira or 800 naira for you, apart from maybe the material that is like 1K. So I'm just giving an example. It's left for you to determine what you are willing to exchange per time. Okay. There's so many other things that you can exchange. It's up to you. So somebody is asking a question. When it comes to advertisements, the copy for video ads must it be the same with the copy to be used when writing content. I'm trying to understand this lately. um as much as I'm not a Facebook ads, whatever ads expert, it doesn't really matter whether the copy for the video ads is the copy for writing content. It doesn't matter. What matters is that it does the work it's meant to do, that it's captivating. I've seen many people create rules, I've seen many people break rules and still succeed. So whether or not it's the same thing, the major issue is it captive, does it even make sense? Is it captivating enough? Does it make sense? Okay. Is it compelling? Is it strategic? So it's not a must. You can break the rule. You can do ads and just show your face and talk. You can do ads and read a script. You can do ads and not use a script. It depends on a lot of factors. And it's a lot of times it's not predictable. You can run an ad that you invested so much time and energy. I read of a lady that was as far back as 2020 or 2021. you know she said, um she shared her accidental success story. Good evening, Linda. So she shared her accidental success story, and she said that that she all of the times that she planned her ads, that she sat down and planned and wrote everything scripted, and the advert didn't do well. So she mistakenly just ran one advert one time. No planning, nothing, nothing. She didn't just put it to mind. Her hair was even scattered. I'm not saying you should go and scatter your hair and run ad, but it was just to show how unprepared she was. She recorded it in her most natural state, right? But that particular ad finally ended up being the one that brought her millions of naira. So the point is, even after everything, she was boldly saying that there was nothing, there was no explanation to it. It was just randomness. There was no possible plausible explanation, you know because if you go and copy her strategy and do everything she did, you will still do your own ad, and it may not even, in fact, it will just be as if the ad is not live, because you go and be looking at it as if it's one Twitter post that you made, three likes and one comment, interested. So it all depends. It all depends. You're welcome, 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 Uncle Vitalis. Welcome, Osas, Osato, Linda Nemefora. Welcome, welcome. I see you all. Inner inner circle champions. So I look forward to seeing more questions. I look forward to hearing what am I saying? I look forward to seeing questions in the comment section. Okay, so that we'll be able to sort things out. Okay, so back to the law of value, the law of exchange and reciprocity. That's one of the fastest ways to achieve anything that you want. I mean, to get anything you want. Anything you want. Be a giver, be an altruist, be that person who offers something in every relationship. And remember, what you are offering doesn't necessarily have to be big. It doesn't have to be money. You just have to be able to understand human need. Yes, once you understand human need, it will be easy for you to get anything you want. It's not by manipulation, it's simple human psychology. Every human being wants to be appreciated. Every human being wants to be recognized. Every human being wants to feel like they are doing something. They want to feel like they are worthy. So sometimes what you may have to give may not even be a tangible something. It may not be tangible. It may not be cash. It may not be fruit. It may not be food. It may not be water. Sometimes what you need to to attract somebody to your persona or your brand, what you may need is gratitude. Is gratitude. Your ability to come to somebody and say, I heard you speak in a conference and I was really, really, really blessed by what you spoke on. I mean, by everything you did. Thank you so much. And all that stuff. Unknown to you, the person that you are telling that particular thing is going through a crisis period in their life where they are beginning to question themselves. I've met very, very successful people who were questioning themselves. I mean, I've met people who making a lot of money yet they feel like they are missing out. They feel like I'm not useful. I just have money, but I'm not useful. I've met people who are at the point of their lives where they were willing to even sacrifice their money just to have somebody listen to them and tell them, oh, thank you, I appreciate what you said. That's how desperate they were. So if you meet somebody like that and maybe you watch their video, maybe you watched every human being is seeking for validation, forget those that pretend about it. So you watch their video and you go to their DM and show appreciation, or you come to that comment section of that person that you admire. The comment section is zero. There's nothing there, nothing. The person will just post. It's as if it's only the person that posted that is seeing his video or his content. And there's nobody commenting, nobody reacting. And you decide to take it upon yourself. You don't just like or love. You love, you like, you admire, you comment, right? I'm not saying you should go and be commenting on my posts. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just giving an example, right? Now you do that, it's the 1 out of 10, right? The 10% strategy or 1% rule. Jesus healed 10 lepers. That's what we know from scripture. How many came back to say thank you? How many received a holistic touch? How many did he say you've been made whole? Okay, so sometimes what you need is that extra oil, that extra mile. What is it that other people are not doing? Let me just do it. Let me do it. So you make a comment, you sure, sir, sure. Mr. Chris Jovian, please do. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. I appreciate. So you take extra steps. Now there are people in my life who I do this for. There are people right now. One of them, she is an instructor from India. My profession, a physiotherapist. I've learned so much from this woman, so much from this woman, and she is value personified. She is just too good. So she's always organizing events, workshops, training programs, and most of our audiences are Nigerians. I don't know how that happens, but I don't know how we discovered the woman and we are now almost dragging her to Nigeria. So I noticed one thing. Because most of our audiences who she teaches are one, they are older people. They are older people, and not just that they are older professionals, they're older physiotherapists, they are women. So you know now, our mothers, they don't even, most of them don't even know how to operate WhatsApp, you know. So the only thing they know, oh, this Zoom meeting, they will join Zoom. After Zoom, that's all. Some of them, they feel so tired typing and all, they get overwhelmed, and maybe they'll just type thank you and go. Now this woman will come and send her Facebook page and ask us to give feedback, or talk about evaluate the session and stuff like that. And most people will ignore that. I know that's what many people will not do. That's the one I would like to do. If I get value from somebody, I don't go and type thank you, sir. Nah, I don't go and type thank you, ma. Nice one. I go the extra mile, because that validation means a lot to them, and they will see it. They will see it. There are people who have won the hearts of mentors just by the way they gave feedback, just by the way they said thank you. So this woman, anytime I see her, I kept on seeing from last 2 or 3 weeks, I kept on seeing her post on Instagram. She'll release videos she'll keep posting videos on Instagram. And it was as if Instagram particularly, I don't know what the Instagram algorithm has against her, but people don't really react on her post. I said, yes, this is my opportunity. Particularly this one. I noticed that people are not engaging. I started engaging. Anything she posts, I'll go and love it. Of course, it's only love that you can love on Instagram. I'll go and like the content. I'll comment. Really nice. Thank you so much. This is really valuable. And she's just happy. It's not as if she needs my validation to breathe. It's not as if my validation will give her money. She's doing well. She's doing well for her life. She's doing very well. Somebody who is training professors and training, she's doing absolutely well. But that means a lot to her. I see how much she requires it, and I know. So that kind of person, you may come and give her money. The money won't really mean much. You may go to that rich man's house or that mentor's place and you buy wine, and you give them the wine. They call their child or their son to carry the wine and keep the wine. You are watching your wine go into another stack of expensive wine bottles. Maybe it's 6K wine you bought. It's not that they won't be happy, they are happy. But you bought 6K wine, and then they just carry the wine and you open, you are seeing Moe, you are seeing champagne, you are seeing different bottles. I don't even know the names of the expensive wine again. You're just seeing those things there, right? But what the person is yearning after is for you to do a video testimonial and post on Facebook. It's for you to write that long message of appreciation and send it to them on their DM, and they will read it and they are smiling. Sometimes that's all it takes. Okay? It's about exchange. Exchange. What can I give in exchange for what I want? Okay? See, life can be very funny and sweet at the same time. Let me tell you this. Sometimes, what you need to create something big is just a partnership of two things that are seemingly small. I've met people who they have audience, but they don't know what to do with the audience. I've met people who, they post, hey, everybody, I am here now. They'll just post it on Facebook. Next thing you see 3,000 likes. You now have a conversation with the person. The person is opening up to you. I don't even know what I'm doing. It's just like the woman that was saying, that woman that went viral on TikTok. That was saying, why are you people following me? I don't even know where I'm going, but you people are just following me. Where are we going? Can somebody tell me where we are going? So there are some people like that. They don't know where they are going, but people are following them. Right? So they have the audience. Meanwhile, you have the value. Do you know you can actually reach out to such people and tell them, look, I see what you are doing, and I think this is something that will benefit you and your audience as well. Let's collaborate. Host me on your channel, host me on your live show. You know, let's do this together. If we are able to get clients register for this, we are going to share the money. You have the value. You've trained 10 years, 20 years for this particular thing. Maybe it's public speaking. You've read books, you've taken courses, you know you are good. But your own problem, can't you see there are some there are some what will I call them? I won't call them celebrities, but there are some very high value people that they're not popular on social media. They're not popular, they don't even have time for social media. So just come, post and go. 2 likes, 1 like. You think the person is not doing well. When you come close to them, you realize that this person is just a billionaire who doesn't have time for frivolities. You know, there are such people, and money is not their problem. Okay, so you can see how to come closer. Maybe you are the one who has the audience. You have a crowd, massive audience, followers everywhere, but you know that at the stage at which you are, you may not be able to deliver at a certain level of efficiency. You may not be able to deliver at a certain dimension of value. You may not be able to rock it at a certain frequency, but you know this person. Let me reach out to this person so that we can collaborate. Let me host this person on my show to come and teach me and my audience. So sometimes you're not really hosting people to just do conference or workshop or whatever, seminar. No, you are hosting them because you need to learn. And by hosting them, you are learning from them as well. And it is rubbing off on your audience at the same time. Okay? Now, you can see people, and you know, this is one of the things that hurts me about the Christian community, churches. Do you know how much revenue churches can generate if they decide to open up their events, their buildings to become, or a portion of their buildings? There are some churches that have several halls, several rooms that they're not using for anything, it's just there. You know, this one they say is men's fellowship, this one they say that, and they are all meeting at different times of the day, that if they decide to be using one room, it will be enough for them, but they just want to occupy space everywhere. If they decide to outsource some of those buildings or halls or rooms for training, as training centers, air conditioned room and all, in fact it's even a strategy for evangelism, because people will come there, see how good, how excellent they are, and they want to know what this church is about, right? Where I'm going now is still about exchange. I have a large room, I have a hall, I have a building, I have a gym. How can I collaborate with other experts and professionals? Let them bring their expertise into this place. Let's bring more people here and give them value. It's exchange. Okay? It's exchange. Oh, um, I see that you have a hall and there's nothing going on in this hall. It's a big hall, air conditioned, but there's nothing going on. I mean, you're not using for anything. You have a training center that you're not training anybody, it's just there. Can we do something together? Can we come together and okay, let's organize a trade, let's organize an event in Abuja and host people here. Don't worry about resource persons. I am very connected. I have valuable friends. I have very, very powerful people that, in fact, if I call them now to come this night, they will come. So don't worry about that one. Those ones are settled. Volunteers, I have a lot of them. All we need is venue. All we need is event center, all location. That's all. Maybe somebody to plan the event and the person is there, stand by. Okay? And we have the value. I have the value. I have the knowledge. This guy, let's just, you know, pull these things together. Before you know it, everything is set just by exchange and collaboration. Okay? So what are you willing to give in return? You should always, I'm going to do this teaching on a very good day. I'm trying to see if I can prepare some slides just to, you know, to what will I call it now? I say beef it up or spice it up. Okay, but I'm going to do this teaching uh, two teachings actually. Number one is the value metrics. I started it. It was on my whiteboard before I wiped it for a session I had to do recently. But the value metrics, I started that teaching as the triangle of value. Triangle of value. I drew it on my whiteboard. Inspiration just came. I started writing. So by the time I finished drawing the triangle, I realized, wow, there are more ideas coming in this regard. So I expanded the triangle into a square. Before I knew what was happening, say, okay, no, 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 no. There's another thing. So this square has to become a diamond. Is it diamond or pentagon? So I drew pentagon. I put another this thing there. Before I knew what was happening, another idea came. So I just removed. I stopped. Removed triangle of value and I renamed it value metrics. So I'm going to teach that live, and it's going to analyze, you know, the different context of value. What value is, what makes value valuable. Because a lot of people have value, but their value is not really valuable. It's not converting to anything. It's not being meaningful because they don't know how to put it to use. And then they don't know how to refine it. They don't know how to create the right atmosphere for that value to blossom. Okay. Then the second thing I'm going to teach is what did I even call that one again? The currencies of trade. The currencies of trade. So that's where I talked about all these things. The currency of virtue, the currency of skill, the currency of expertise, the currency of experience, the currency of relationships or networks, the currency of um which other thing? They're like 14 or 15 currencies. you know, wealth in terms of cash, wealth in terms of assets, wealth in terms of relationships. So many different ways that you should look at yourself and ask yourself, what do I really have? When you want to calculate your net worth, don't just look at what is in your account balance. Because most times, if you look at what's in your account balance, you get deceived. You either think you are too rich or you think you are too poor. But most times, we tend to underestimate what we have because we don't even know our own capacities. Okay, so you know these things being said, you knowing where you should come in. Whenever I look at people, whenever I meet people, especially influential people, when I go for events or anything, I'm always thinking, what can I do for this person? If it's somebody I want to connect, sometimes I do what they call doing your assignments. I just go to their social media and I look it up immediately, just read through, and I see what they do. Some of them, it doesn't take you hard to realize that what this person needs is just a little bit more publicity. What this person needs is just somebody who can do something for him or her. So I have some mentor figures who come to me to ask me certain questions, who come to me to ask me for recommendation, who come to me to ask me, please, do you know somebody that can do this? Do you know a place in Abuja that I can do this? Do you know I have this in mind? Do you know why? Because I have given them the avenue and the room to do that. When you come into people's lives and all you want to do is take and ask questions, sir, how can I do this? Sir, please, I don't, and then use billing and finish their lives. They will run away from you. So I've not eaten for the past 3 days. I've not filled my gas. You've forgotten your father's phone number or your mother's phone number. Is now the mentor that is not even breathing well on social media because of demands. You're already choking the person. Somebody will post their what is it called, testimonial or alert. Sometimes it's even their students. Oh, my student just made 100K by selling a digital product. Next thing, somebody is jumping into your DM. Sir, please, my grandmother swallowed butterfly and the butterfly was pregnant. And then next thing, she fell on the staircase and then she hit her head on the telephone. You just hear funny stories. And oftentimes it's born out of sheer selfishness. Sometimes I wonder what gives people the courage. People come to my DM to make certain requests, and I just keep scrolling up. Let me scroll up and see, is there any way this person has been of value to me in the past? Like, is there anything that has brought us together? And even if it is just small value, sometimes you even find out it's people who were arguing with you. When you check their posts, some of them will even copy your post without credit and post happily. Then they'll have the guts to come to your DM and ask you for money, ask you for help, ask you to answer one question or the other. You know, some of them, no previous engagement, nothing. I don't know. See, it is hard for you. It is very hard for you to I mean, it's very hard for an influential person, let me put it that way, or a valuable person, to not know your name if you are actually following them. One way or the other, something is going to strike a chord one way or the other. Except they have run into millions, maybe those ones who have millions of followers right now, and you're now trying to squeeze yourself into their lives. No, but particularly those ones who maybe they are not so loud on social media, it will be hard for them not to recognize you if you are showing yourself. So sometimes when people come to ask me for help, I just look at the name, and the fact that I don't remember this name or anything, it's a cause for concern. Because what gives this person the temerity to just jump in and start requesting for things that I don't know? As if they own a part of they own shares on my life. They were there when they gave birth to me, so they claimed their shares. It's disturbing. So when I see people, I always want to ask, what is that thing this person may need that I can fill in? What's that gap? What's that lacuna in their lives that I can fill in? What can I exchange? Like I was saying, some of them it's engagement, some of them it's the fact that they need a little bit of publicity. It's the fact that their designs are not so good. So what do I do sometimes? you know when they ask for recommendation, or even without them asking, I can recommend certain things. So I think I know somebody who can do this for you. Check this out. One of my mentees did this for you and he sent it. So I thought to share with you. And they want to connect. That's how life works. There are people who have been able to connect that way. Oh, CJ, do you know somebody who can do this? Do you know somebody who can handle this? It's their problem. They are at the top, but they don't have, most of the people they know are not people who do graphics. They are not people who do graphics. They are not people who do web development. They are not people. They know people who are who are at their level. They know their fellow life coaches. They know their fellow mentors. They know their fellow public speakers. So it is their problem. It's eating them up. They post on social media, and because they are not usually active on social media and the algorithm has a beef on them, nobody engages on those posts. Sometimes you see that you too, you pass. Later you jump into the DM and start asking, sir, please, how do I become a world class this or world class the other one? So if you engage frequently, there's no way they won't know you. I went for an event one time and I met John Obidi. I met John Obidi, and when I mentioned my name, he looked at me again and said, I know that name. I know that name. It's not rocket science. It's simply because I have been engaging one way or the other. I have been showing myself. That was then I used to attend night school and, engage frequently. And then there was one event, one conference that was held where I was constantly just reposting and posting and posting on the YouTube, whatever, and it was displaying. I was there live. I was in the event physically, but I was posting because I wanted my name to be showing, and it was showing on the screen, and I liked it. you know, that one is just me being too extra. But I'm saying that there's almost no way. There are people who come to my DM and immediately they're sending me a message. I already know them. I already know them. That one is not jamboree. I know them. Why? Even though they may not have engaged me in the past, even though they may not have said anything to me personally. They have engaged me well through my posts. There are some people that I got to know them because even when my post has one comment, I know that one comment is from them. Mhm. I know that one comment is their own. So it will not be hard for me to recognize them. It won't be hard for me to know their voice when they call. It won't be hard. Okay? So exchange is important. What am I exchanging for what? Same thing happens with mentorship. How do you assess a mentor? How do you get a mentor's time? How do you get a mentor's leverage? How do you get the best of a mentor? For some people, they think it is by the asking principle. Sir, I want you to hold me by the hand and pursue me everywhere I go, like my village masquerade. I want you to give me milk, give me food, give me everything I can. You know, people do this a lot. Some people will even meet you randomly on social media. "Ah, I want you to be my mentor." Gone are the days. I did that in 2020. Opened mentorship platform. Over 300 people joined. Over 300. We started with like maybe 30 or so. Then next thing, they are telling their friends, they are posting every. That's how we got to 300 and something. I was happy. 300 and something people that wanted, "Sir, please be my mentor. Please be my mentor." That's how you host meeting. They will not attend. Nothing, no show of reciprocity. Just let's take. What can we take? Some of them are coming to bill me. So at the end of the day, I had to if I deleted that group, I kicked everybody out. I said, no, this is not the definition of mentor. It doesn't look like mentorship at all. Then I started a new mentoring program. Now, where am I driving at? Reciprocity is important. Exchange is important. So what do you exchange in this scenario? Okay, so how can I exchange something? How can I give something? How do you win a mentor's heart? Basically, three ways. Whether it's somebody you want to bring in, somebody you want to bring you in, somebody you want to attract as your mentor in your life or your career or your business. Number one is the most uncomfortable for many people to hear, but that's the truth. Pay your way in. Pay your way in. There are some people that you have to go and ask, "Sir, how much is your mentoring program? What is it going to cost me to be in your mentoring circle? What is it going to cost me to have you as my mentor? Even if I do not have it now, I would like to start saving it up." Sometimes simply letting people know your mind in this manner, it gives them the impression that you are not there for play. It gives them the impression that you actually value their time and you know the worth of their time. It's not "please mentor me." That one no dey work again. "Please mentor me, ma. Please mentor me, sir." Mm-mm. Most people that are coming to me to say, "Please mentor me, sir." Hey, I said, what I send is, just check. Okay, I offer a paid mentoring program, but if you are looking for something more flexible and open to all, here is a link. Click the link, join my free groups, join my free YouTube channel. Subscribe on my YouTube channel. You will learn a lot of things. Check me out on social media. You will learn. My posts are even mentoring platforms. My social media platforms are mentoring outlets. So just anywhere you want to attach, get all of my videos, almost 100 videos. Carry all of them. Some of them are in hours, 2 hours, 3 hours. Go and watch them. They are open. They are on YouTube. Go and watch. You're happy, I'm happy. Fine. If you're looking for no commitment, that's the kind of thing I'll reply. Well, if I see that the person is more interested and they are willing to pay and join, fine. I can even give discounts. Fine. Now, number one, pay your way in. Pay your way in. Payment lets you, solidify your interest and your commitment. It lets people know how interested you are in that relationship. I am not of the party that would say he who pays, Abi, the one who pays pay attention. I don't even know how they say it again. He who pays attention. Ehen. So there are people who claim that you only pay attention to things you pay for. For me, sometimes it's the other way around. Sometimes it's the free opportunities that I even pay attention to. The main thing is your heart. What is your heart like? What is your heart position like? I've learned a lot online for free. I don't listen to people who downplay free things. I don't listen to them because sometimes advice can be, deadly and dangerous. Taking a lot of courses online for free. A lot of things that I do today, I learned them for free with my full chest. And till today, I still learn a lot of things for free. I know how many programs I've paid for that I did not open. If I start mentioning, you even laugh at me. No programs as far back as 2020. I know programs I bought for 30 something thousand, 40 something thousand. Till date, 50K, 40K. That in the name of I'm buying this because it is more than what I usually pay for courses. Let me buy it so that I'll. I watched the first few videos and I was like, nah, this is not just it's not just gelling. I'm not connecting with it. I dumped it. You know, I dumped the living daylight out of it. So, but there are opportunities that are there for free. Udemy, Coursera, and the rest of them that I fell in love with the material. I fell in love with the instructor, and not like fell in love, like fell in love with the material. Okay, so you know what I'm saying. So I fell in love with the instructor and I connected with them on a deeper level. I was able to follow through from beginning to the end. Okay, so that aside, number two way of winning the heart of a mentor is serve your way through or serve your way in. There's always something you can position to do. That design that you do, you can do it for them. That web development, that this thing. Sometimes, see, a mentor may be offering his mentoring program for, let's say, 300,000 or 400,000, for example, right? And it's not something you can afford, but you can afford to do a web project of 200,000 or 100,000 at your level. Okay, you can afford to do that at your level. Why not pitch an exchange? This is what I do and this is the price, but I want to do this for you 4 times or 2 or 3 times at least. Since I'm not able to afford, I want to be able to exchange something. That's service. You're not necessarily paying, but you are serving. Even without telling the person, you can go ahead and do it. They do a flyer and post, you redo the flyer and send to them privately. So I noticed that this your flyer. It's not that it's not good though, but I just thought to redesign it and I wanted to send to you to see if you would like it. Next thing, you have become their personal designer. So whenever they need designs, they'll call on you. Please, can you do design? Sometimes they're going to even start feeling guilty. They'll be like, oh, just manage this small amount of money. Just take this small amount, as stipends. Meanwhile, it's something you would have loved to just keep doing for them. Currently, I have a lot of designers that work with me. A lot of design, a lot. One of my mentees, Osas, is here. I gave him a task to do, and I was surprised. To my greatest surprise, it didn't take up to 1 hour. It was a design. This design that was on the front of this whatever this call, that mentorship call picture, the thumbnail. I just reached out to him by like 4 o'clock. Are you available to do a design? This is what I want. I just sent different things. And what picture should I use, sir? I sent the picture, and that was it. So me, I was already like, oh, this thing may not work, oh, but let me just try. But even if it doesn't come out, I still know how to start my events without flyer. It's not hard. Can even decide to just put my picture there. No, that one is not going to shake me. It's not today that I started hosting events. So the next thing, about an hour later, I'm not even sure it was up to an hour. I saw the design. I mean, that for me that was really fast, and I was happy. Right? That's service. You can serve your way into people's lives. Serve your way in such a way that you are so reliable that without you they will feel incomplete. Without you, their businesses or their brands will not be complete. And you make yourself irreplaceable by some special features that you have. That reliability, that speed, that accuracy and efficiency. Okay? So that's number two. Number two. Number three is show yourself feedback and gratitude. Some people have won mentors and connected with very high profile individuals simply through feedback. Hmm? When I said this earlier on, when other people are just busy saying, thank you, sir, 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 thank you, sir. I went for, I can't forget, there was one session I did for Jambites. I was invited by one organization to come and deliver a talk for young people, who were about to write their jam on career clarity and stuff. You know, when I finished that talk, I mean, there were like more than 300 or 400 participants, if not more. And it was very active, very lively class, very, very lively. Yeah, it was so fantastic. They were excited, they were happy. So when I finished the session, as usual now, I was expecting people coming to my DM or posting in the group, those long, long messages that if you're a trainer or a speaker and you are reading it, your head will just be swelling. Those sweet messages. That's how these children wanted to finish me with thank you, sir. Hey, I say all the effort, all the energy. I think that day I spent almost 12 hours on the road. A lot of things happened. Okay, no, it wasn't that one. That one was a different one. That one was a training I did for teachers. I was invited to do a talk for teachers. I spent almost 12 hours on the road, and I came back that night. I came back in fact, I was meant to be exhausted, but because because I was about to teach, I think adrenaline took over, and I was just excited, so I went to teach. You know, but those children's zone, after the whole session, after all the energy it took me, next thing I was just saying, thank you, sir, thank you, sir, thank you, sir, thank you, sir. Their messages are still in my DM. Some of them are still in my DM up till today. I've not had time to reply. No, they will just come to my DM. Thank you, sir. 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 I'm like, what? To the point that I specified, tell me what stood out for you in this session. How valuable was it? How much did you enjoy this? Just put some words, flesh it up. They no gree from you. Let's use thank you, sir, mother me. So I replied one or two. I realized that it's as if they planned it somewhere. And they were now sending it like arrows against the enemy. Say, okay, no problems. If you send thank you, sir, you reply yourself. So I'm just trying to paint the picture. But there was this one lady, one of them. I don't know what I finally did for her. I think I gave her one of my courses. Or did she join my mentor? I can't remember. I can't remember what I did for her, but I know I did something. One of them came to my DM and sent something very, very, very packaged. I said, hey, now you come. There will always be that one person. Be that one person. Be that one person. Give feedback. So there are some people who have won mentors not by paying money, not even by serving. They give feedback. You went to a training, you listen to this speaker speak, you listen to this teacher teach or this trainer train. And by the time they were done, you went home and you did a video. And in that video, you mentioned the person. Exclusive, extensive appreciation video. You gave feedback and then you posted it and tagged them. And people are coming to say, oh, wow, this is really nice. Oh, this guy is good. Oh, you know, kind of, and there's no way they will ignore it. People want to pull people like that closer. They want to pull people like that closer. So sometimes you may not have the money, you may not even have the time to serve in that sense. Of course, later on, those ones will start coming in. Later on, you may decide to start buying gifts, start offering acts of service and all that. But maybe at that time, maybe you are in school preparing for exam or something just happening, and you decide, let me just do the opposite of what many people are used to. Let me offer gratitude in a different way. Let me offer feedback in a different way. And then they take note of you. Okay? So that's it. These are the three major ways to sneak into the heart of a mentor. Bind yourself there. Okay? So so good. I'm seeing a lot of comments. This is interesting. This is really interesting. This is fun. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. I'm seeing a lot of comments. Okay, gratitude. I'm gaining value here. Oh, thank you. Thank you. This is very true. Very true. Someone just to be exactly. Their low traffic online is just that they don't have time for social media. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. The Christian community needs to step up. Honestly, 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 honestly. And I'm very particular on this one. There are so many things that we can do. I mean, I keep wondering, church venue will just be there wasting. Millions of naira in church projects will just be there wasting. Meanwhile, there are young people who have ideas, innovations. They have things they want to do. They have people they want to teach. They are literally burning with their skills and passions to help other people. Meanwhile, their major challenge is I can't find a venue, but the church venue is there. So even if the excuse is we don't want to give it out to worldly people, what of at least maybe creating a subsidy, and people who want to offer training to their staff and all that and don't have a place to, you can use the church environment, this small room here, this small hall here, but well, who am I? Some things will just have to take a while to change. Okay, exchange value for societal change. Yes, most leaders of church are so stereotyped. Absolutely. You see, yeah, that one on a special day, I'll have a good conversation on it because at a point I got tired. I got tired of trying to make suggestions or trying to. Yeah, I mean, the stereotype was too much. It was as if they swallowed padlock. It must be done this way. This is how the tradition has been. This is how the rules and regulations of the church has been. So, you can't really do anything. You can't really. You are trapped. So, yeah, that's it. That's it. The stereotype is not a good one. Yeah, yeah. The new church. Absolutely, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm seeing Chris Jovian. Oh, we need to talk. We need to talk. We need to talk. So. Jesus, what happened? Faith, hope. Okay, please chat me up, Faith. Chat me up, Faith. Let's talk. Let's talk tonight. I hope the person is okay. Ah, okay. At all, account balances don't equal net worth. Yes, 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 yes. I was not even concentrating on the comments. The comments are passing the vibe check, please. Okay. Butterfly was pregnant. Okay. So interesting. Oh wow, 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 wow. Thank you very much, Chris Jovian. Thank you very much. You've made this really, really fun and engaging for me. Thank you. Yeah. Mm. Good, 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 good. Hmm. Good. Now, I'm going to address this issue Faith raised. I'm going to address what Faith raised here. Okay. Yes, feedback and gratitude works wonders. Absolutely. Absolutely. Gratitude opens the door for more. The doors for more. Adding flesh to absolutely important. Add flesh to gratitude. See, I was listening to Pastor Joshua, Apostle Joshua Selman one day. I said, sometimes people will do something for you. You don't know how deep they went. You don't know what depth that thing they did for you took them. You don't know how painful it was. For somebody who you think, oh, this person is a millionaire, you don't know they're going through financial crisis, and they managed to give you 5K, and all you say is thank you, sir, or thank you. Thanks. No, not even thank you, sir, thank you. Thanks. Thanks. That's all. Kai. It can be very painful. And we've all experienced this. So sometimes all it takes is to add flesh to it. You are you are you are much welcome. I mean, that much has to enter it. Oh, thanks a million times. I'm fond of this one. In fact, sometimes when people comment on my post, I reply, thanks a million times. Thank you so much for commenting. If I can reply. If not, I'll just leave a like reaction or love emoji. You know, because I do not take their energy for granted. Somebody will come to, sometimes I post some things and somebody comes to my comment section and replies thoughtfully. You know that they are replying because they want to add value to the conversation. They reply thoughtfully. And now, why should I now come and just come and reply, good, nice one, or just come and like? Mm-mm. For the fact that you took out your time, even if you are disagreeing, at least if you are disagreeing intelligently, not if you are disagreeing with it like Isikunkum, if you are disagreeing intelligently, I will come to that place. At least, thank you so much for offering your opinion. I really appreciate this. This is my own opinion, but I respect yours. You made some point here, especially when you said this about this. Thank you so much. We can agree to disagree, or disagree to agree some other time. But I love your perspective. But this is mine. That sense of gratitude is still there, even though we do not completely agree. Go extra mile to show gratitude. It will change the game for you. It will it will take you off, completely off the tracks from where others are. There's going to be a very big distinction between you and the crowd. Okay? So it's very, very important to add flesh to gratitude. Whew. Good. Good. Oh, thank you so much. See my Oga. Everybody, see my Oga. See my Oga. See my boss. See my boss. Anybody that is not following Sanon Sonye Jemezi, let me pull up his name again so that you see it. Sure. Yes. Anybody that is not following him on Facebook, you are making a big mistake. Just follow him. Just follow him. Sometimes you literally choke on value watching, reading from him. You sometimes I feel like no, this one is overload. This one is overload. My head will not carry this one now. Let me just save it. See my Oga here. Oga, I salute. I throw a salute, sir. Thank you very much for joining. I'm really, really grateful. I'm really grateful. I'm grateful that you are here. I'm grateful, seeing you watch my content. This is heart melting. Thank you very much, sir. So, um, Chris Jambian said, "Thanks is even better. Some will send you thumbs up. Imagine." Hmm. Yeah. So that's it. I'm glad. I'm glad that we are having an amazing conversation tonight. I'm really, really, really glad. I'm really glad. So um this is what this is what Faith Oyawole said. Okay, where is it? The distress call. Okay, I feel pained. Pained that I am not a psychologist already. I started the course on Allison app, but I want something quick. The rate of teens suicidal attempts is disheartening. It makes my heart ache. Now let me surprise you, Faith. What the world needs right now is not better psychologists. What the world needs is better humans, better people. We don't need better professional psychologists and expert psychologists. What we need is better people. Sometimes you find out that what psychologists really do is to label people with mental health disorders, you know. But the current shape of psychology is changing thanks to research and thanks to a lot of advocacy. It's changing. Now, why did I make that first statement? I'm not trying to discredit psychologists. Of course, they have their place and they are doing amazing works. I'm very, very amazing. I've worked with clinical psychologists in the past. I mean, I've worked on projects with them, and in fact, my almost my entire family is into mental health. So somehow, I know my brothers work with my uncle's mental health firm. They work with him here in Nigeria. So um I know where all those things come in. However, there are so many things that we should be learning as human beings. We do not necessarily need to be psychologists, or we do not necessarily need a psychology course. I can tell you this for free. So basic things like emotional intelligence, psychological first aid, basic communication skills, empathy. Even though empathy is a subset of emotional intelligence, but I love to pull it out to stand on its own. Empathy, your ability to communicate with grace. In fact, the way you post on social media matters. There are people that if you read their post on social media and you are suicidal, your next step is going to be disastrous. Because even though what they are posting is not bad, they are not saying you should go and should go and buy yourself. But the way they communicate their success or their wins is very toxic to people who are struggling. Very toxic, you know. And that's why some people, some people do not survive on LinkedIn. Thank you, sir. This is powerful. Some people do not survive on LinkedIn. Why? I've met countless people. In fact, there were people who paid me to learn about LinkedIn optimization. The first time they entered LinkedIn to optimize their profile, they came back to me and said, "Sir, I'm depressed too. I mean, this place I entered triggered something in me." Now, I wouldn't, sometimes we get so toxic that we forget that there are people who are growing and struggling. We get so enthused with our own success stories that we just want to tell the success side of it. So you hear people say things like, keep clapping for others till it's your turn. Those people saying keep clapping for others till it's your turn, they are not clapping, they are busy growing and developing themselves. So they are coming out to post so that we can clap for them. And when we are clapping for them, they're now looking for those who are not clapping, for those who are not happy, to tell them, no, you should also clap for me till it's your turn. Doesn't make sense. It's not logical. Okay? So the way you share your win matters. Now, those people, I start asking them questions. What's going on? I don't go to judge them and tell them, no, 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 no. You shouldn't feel bad. You shouldn't feel envious. You should, let it encourage you, let it inspire you. It's not everybody that draw inspiration from other people's success stories. Sometimes what we draw inspiration from is their strategies. You don't come and tell me, oh, I had no shoes and now I'm a billionaire, I'm doing this. How did you do it? That's what matters to me. Give me steps. And that's why I follow people like Sanonso Oyejem. That's why I like people like Sanonso. Give me actionable steps. Okay, this is what I did. This is what I join. If you attended Thrive conference and if you did not attend, you should watch the replay. There are some things he was saying there, and you will know that this person is not hoarding information. Okay, join forums, join this, join fastlane.com, go to fastlane.com forum, go and, is it Reddit, Abi? Go and join Reddit, do this, do that. You are seeing step by step. Now, when they begin to share their stories, you see that from their stories. But some people will just come, I graduated with a 5.0 GPA. I knew I was born for this and this and that and that and this. If you're not doing well, you know, you have no excuse. You see things like that. I read, oh my goodness, I read one guy's post on LinkedIn one day. I muted the living daylight out of his life. I muted him immediately. I unfollowed him. It was remaining little for me to block him. Not because it affected me, but I was just so mad at his cockiness and pride. He just came on LinkedIn. I am the first in my family to do this. I am the first person in my family to do this. I am the last born, but even though I'm the last born, some of my elder brothers look up to me for help. I did this, I did that, I did this, I'm the first person in my family to graduate with this, to do this, and I had the best grades out of all of my. I'm like, hey, are we fighting here? Is he fight? You know, now people are going to come and read such toxic posts and they'll start feeling cast down. You know, I made my first million at the age of 2. I bought my grandfather a car in my mother's womb. Before I was born, I became great. You know, I bought 2 mansions and sold my daddy's Ferrari to buy a Lamborghini. You just be seeing so many funny things. So many funny things. And then people will come to guilt trip you. Why are you feeling? You know, it's envy. No, it's not envy. There's an innate aspect of your human nature that wants to feel like you are doing well too. You want to be acknowledged, but somebody is just coming to show you, hey, look, world, I am better than all of you. I learned that on time. So there's a way I share my wins. You know, I don't just go to post, oh, see, me, there was a point of my life I had completed over 200 online courses. That was as far back as 2021, 2020, 2022. Over 200 online courses from beginning to end, like from start to finish. So then I was excited about them. I would always post my certificate. Initially, I'll post the certificate, congratulations to me, blah, 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 blah. People will engage. But later on, I noticed something. I asked myself, what is the goal of this thing you are doing? Is it to acquire appraisal, acquire praises of men and accolade and, you know, a few claps and thumbs up, engagement on my post? Or do you really want to inspire people to also learn? So what did I start doing? It's either I'm sharing that opportunity. I took this course, you can also do it, right? Or even if I'm not sharing it, these are 3 or 4 things I learned. If I want to market it, let it be that I'm marketing with my full chest. If I want you to come and ask me for the link, so I'll ask you to pay, so I'll teach you how to get it. I'll do it with my full chest. But I'm not there to come and oppress people. You see, some people, affiliate marketing gave me this and that. You are still sitting with your phone and pressing phone. If you have been pressing your phone since so and you are still living in your father's house, you are doomed forever. You are making a big mistake. You are lazy. You are this one. So many people are going through a lot. What they need is a little bit of encouragement to get them out of where they are. But no, some people will not understand this. They will keep oppressing and oppressing and oppressing. So sometimes what you may need to do is find a way to target your advocacy to the world in general. How do we ensure that we are creating a safer, more enabling environment for everybody? Do not be caught in the deception that you need to study psychology for you to advocate for mental health. Mm-mm. There are so many things you can do at different levels. In fact, when you start understanding the fundamental tenets of mental health, the basic things. Just in fact, if you go online and type and study, 2 days of study will give you a sound background, a sound foundation that you can now start building up. Or maybe one course, 1 hour course or something will give you a fundamental background, a good soft landing, a big landing ground, right? Now, you have understood this. You can now decide to go into advocacies. You can go and collab and join volunteer for organizations that are also doing that particular thing. So by going out and reaching out to people, you get to understand more, not just by reading some textbooks or taking some courses. It's by engaging. I learn more about mental health by interacting with people. I've taken courses on mental health a lot, but I learned more about mental health by interacting with people, by realizing how frail and fragile the human heart is, by realizing that my words must be seasoned. If not, my words can hurt and harm people. Oh, get out, abeg, shut up, who are you? You don't know this utterance that you just released, this who are you that you just said, you don't know what it did to the other person. You thought it was just joke. To you it was just normal thing now. It's what I this is me. I give it to anybody, woto woto. If you notice my contents too, hmm, there used to be a time where I was all for violence. Some of you knew me then. I was like, if I was all for violence, if I was all for back. Can you hear me now? Ah, I feel so. I thought it was my data, but I topped up my data subscription and I discovered it wasn't data. It was just network. I don't know what happened. For the past 5 minutes, I've been trying to come back, but unfortunately, it wasn't just connecting. So I'm here now, and I was talking about the way people share their wins and why we should keep raising advocacy to ensure that people are better. Faith, it's possible for you to, take a few courses and understand what this thing is about. Take your advocacy to the media. Take your advocacy to schools, primary schools, secondary schools. This is how we can raise better people. Okay? This is what we need to do to raise better people. Become a better figure that people can emulate. Now, like I was saying, I used to be known for violence. I give it the way it is. I say it the way it is in my heart. I was giving an example with job versus entrepreneurship, right? Where you see some people who would shame people who work 9 to 5 through their content. Now, forgetting that there are some people who they want to be helped, but they feel helpless, they feel stranded, they feel lost, they feel, you know, they feel down. So when you come and you are not communicating with grace, you are not communicating your ideas, your intention, your agenda with grace, you're going to hurt a lot of people. Okay? So you do not need to rubbish people to exalt what you are offering. Affiliate marketers were on our nerves at some point. If you have a phone and you are pressing your phone and it's not making you millions, you are wasting your life. If you don't do this one, do the other one, sell your phone, and they will just be talking and talking and talking and talking. At the end of the day, you find out that it is just pure pressure and oppression that they are using as strategy to lure people into what they are offering. And when those people eventually come in and realize that it is not a land of milk and honey like they promised, they get frustrated. When they come into the affiliate marketing platform or network marketing platform and realize that, oh, I'm going to have to do a lot of marketing. Eh? They told me that when I joined, they will put one leg for me and put the other leg here and carry another leg and put here. I was just hearing leg, 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 leg. I did not know that I will be going out to bring two people, to bring two people, to bring another two people. They didn't tell them all that, right? Or you were shaming him when he was not doing it. If you are not doing this, you are on your own. You are this and that. Now, I'm creating this for you to have a picture, an awareness, okay? That this is what we need to do to create better, to make people better, and to raise better people. You know, find a cause in your own way and champion it. Mental health is not as complicated as we think. It's human beings that made it complicated, and it's still our job to uncomplicate it. So simple, simple tips and strategies, or let me say, there are basic things that you can be doing that will help create a better enabling environment for you and for people around you, for your world, that will help promote good mental health. One of them is to smile and greet people. Sometimes you don't know that that's all the grace that they're looking for that day. Some people feel miserable. Some people are at the point where they've lost it. There's usually something called energy burst or something. I can't remember what they call it. So there are some people that right before this they take their own lives, they experience that burst of energy. It also happens with end of life care. If you work in clinical settings and you've been around patients that passed on at some point, maybe chronic illness and stuff, or age, you will know that there's a period of their lives when they are getting to that terminal stage. They're saying bye bye. There's a period they get so active. You can even see somebody who wasn't moving, hospitalized for days.
Next thing, they get up and start going around. They get up and start moving around and start cleaning, dressing their bed by themselves. There's some people who work in end of life care, particularly nurses. Some of them already know the signs. So when they see those things, they will start letting the family members know that the time is approaching. Maybe tomorrow or next, this person will be gone. And like they say, it's usually like that. So, you can see people on the road who are just walking as if everything is normal. They are playing, they are doing everything like it's normal, but you don't know that they are using their last bit of energy to say goodbye to their world. Sometimes reaching out to this person and saying good morning with a smile on your face could be all the hope he's looking for. It could be all the sign he's looking for that life still exists in the world and there's love around him. It could be all. It could be all. Hello, good morning. How are you doing? I've been seeing you around here. Do you live around here? I like your shoes. What do you do? With a smile on your face, and they're like, so somebody looks at me and finds me worthy to smile to. So for me, it has become reflex action. I am value emotion. I don't need to be formulated or stereotyped, or I don't need to be boiled like egg before I can be value. No, I dispense value everywhere I go. I dispense grace everywhere I go. Okay, so now I meet people on the road. I meet vendors, people who sell stuff on the road. You don't know how many times these people hear abusive stuff. All of you are the same. You people are you people are very wicked. You people are very this, that. Dollar is coming down, but you are still selling your banana for 700. You people are wicked. You are the reason why. They hear these things all the time. But then you come across and then you buy the banana. Madam, go give me discount. I say, you know, say things hard. Madam, I understand though. I understand. Don't worry, you go better. I know that, okay, that banana they are giving me, the highest I can get the discount, maybe 300 naira or 200 naira. What would the 200 naira do for me? Let me just leave it and let this woman be happy. The bike man that is dropping you off, must you argue for that 15 naira change? You follow the bike man back to one far distance to go and look for change so that he will give you 15 naira. I'm not saying you should not take your money, but some of those things make all the difference. Looking at those roadside vendors, saying hello, good morning, how are you doing? You know, somebody serves you, you say thank you. You go to restaurant to buy food or eatery to buy food, they give you food, say, oh, thank you very much. It makes all the difference. It is way better to catch it at that level than for you to be waiting to do one advanced psychology differentiation course, diploma in psychology of mental health, and diploma in depression. We love those titles and names and certifications and all that, but that's not all there is. There's way deeper to life than those things. And sometimes, to be very honest with you and sincere with you, as somebody who has gone through some of those things, I can tell you that a lot of them are trash. With all due respect, a lot of those materials are pure bias. You know, I did one certification course sometime. I couldn't even. I'm not going to complete it. I couldn't complete it. It's the money, because I just realized it was just unnecessary bias that the instructor was trying to push and the organization was trying to push their own agenda. Okay, so some of those basic things, that grace. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, you serve so well. In fact, where I eat food now, where I eat food almost every day. When I go there, immediately I step in, they are already smiling. They are already smiling. That kind of situation will make people look forward to seeing you. You are passing, you meet somebody, you greet them well. That kind of thing. So some of these things, when you put these things together, you realize that you can create your own system. that will help create a more enabling environment, a better world. If there's anything to learn, you can start learning about psychological first aid. Psychological first aid, very important. So at the point where somebody is actually showing signs of suicidal, what will I call it? Suicide. That's suicidal ideations, suicidal thoughts. At that point, there are certain things to look out for. There are certain things that the person may be doing that will point you to the fact that this person is about to take his own life or her own life. When they start missing out on important, very important things, important appointments, examinations, I'm telling you some of these things because it's personal experience. I've actually helped certain people, and those things were there. You come to their room, they turn off the lights are off, they are sitting at a corner, they go to one corner and just stay close to the corner. The lights are off, the room is dark. Sometimes in daytime, everywhere is closed, the windows are closed, everything is closed, they are not even breathing well. It shows you that they are about to lose it. Now, what these things, these knowledge-based programs will now help you to do is identify those signs and know how to respond. It's just like emergency, it's just like first aid, CPR for the mental health. So what do you do? How do you help them get help? What do you do at that point? Okay, I had a case in my undergraduate years, in my final year. One of my classmates wasn't coming out, didn't come for two of her exams. We knew something was wrong. I was the class representative then. So I had to, I checked her place, her apartment. I saw her. Refused to open the door for anybody, refused to open the door for me. I called one of my senior friends, Charles Itua. We met on LinkedIn, we connected on LinkedIn. That was how we got on WhatsApp. We talked and we got to know what we do. Now, I called him immediately and said, look at what my friend is doing. Look at what this lady, she has missed two papers and she's not coming out from her room. I peeped and I saw her and I was knocking. She wasn't opening. This and this and this and that. And he said, don't leave that circle. Don't leave that environment. Just start giving her words of affirmation. Start, tell her what, like, you need her, your class needs her, that she's valued, that you never can tell what she must have experienced at that point, right? So I played the role. I sat by her door. I was playing songs, I was playing sermons, I was playing different things. If you finish, I go put them again. I was just playing those songs. Occasionally I'll pause them and try to interact with her from the window. Look at what this one is saying. Whatever you are going through, there's hope for you. I just kept on encouraging her that we need you in this class. We love you as a class. We we can't we can't really be complete without you. You are valued. You are needed. You know, she was just there. I did and talk and talk and talk and talk. Oh, she came close to the window and said, "What do I want? Can I come in?" Said, "No, you can't come in. What do you want?" I started talking to her again. By the time I finished talking, I left and I called Dr. Charles Itua again and he said, "Find somebody who can get into that room, somebody she can confide in, somebody she can trust or talk to. At this point, do not try to remind her about the things she has missed out on, the exam and all that. Don't try to do all those ones are peripheral. Those ones can wait." So I called one of my lecturers who happened to be living within the school vicinity. Now, she had a lot of things to do, but immediately I expressed it to her. She was like, "Okay, I'm coming." So she came all the way down. She came with two of her children, two of her children, because there was nobody in the house to take care of the kids. She came with all of them. So that was when the lady now saw how serious the thing was. When we started knocking on her door, and my lecturer was now like, "I'm the one, oh, I'm the one." And she opened the door, and we all went in. I still talked with Charles Itu and I said, "Let them be alone in the room. You can go." I picked the cues and I left at some point so that I would let them talk. You know, So those are some of the things that we were able to do. And yes, at least I couldn't have told what would have happened, or I can't tell what would have happened. But nothing eventually happened. At least she started her recovery journey. You know, at some point she was always coming to my place. She would come to my place for me. That lecturer handed her over to me, said, just help her, put her through anything she needs for her to rewrite the exams that she missed and stuff like that. We're going to see what to do. So each time she came to my, I just concentrated on making her feel happy. No reminder, no judgmental, whatever. I wasn't even asking her what happened because I noticed she was not willing to tell. So that one is not the problem. Some of these things are basic skills that we should have even been taught in schools. Sometimes I wonder what school is for. Sometimes I really wonder. Some of these things are more important than the YDX. Somebody is having an episode right before your eyes. You can't even recognize, you can't pick it. Your classmate is frustrated, is dying inside, is about to take his own life. You cannot pick it. You are not mentally so intelligent to pick such signs. Okay? So some of these things are things we should be imbibing, things we should be learning. And remember that every single move that you make matters. Everything you do matters. The way you speak, the way you communicate with people, the attitude you give to people, you know, all those things, they matter. The fact that, you randomly just check in on people. I do that sometimes. Even though I can be so busy, but sometimes I will just randomly check in on somebody. Maybe I see what they post. I'll go to their DM. You are doing really well. You are doing fantastic. Keep up the amazing work. And then sometimes I know some people have reached out to like this and they broke down. Kai. There was one particular lady. I was seeing her posts. The posts were making sense. I knew that this person is really trying. She's putting out a lot of work. But those her posts, one like, one comment, two likes, no comment, one like, zero like. If there's one, it will be me. So I kept on just following and liking and engaging. And one of the days I reached out to her personally. I went to her DM and said, you're doing really well. She expressed gratitude in a different way. She broke down. And I'm like, hey, waiting be that one, Kwan. It's just me telling you are doing really well. And she was, do you know how much I admire you? I've been admiring you from a distance. I get this a lot, but her own was unique. I mean, for you to notice me out of the crowd, for you to even notice me, for you. Me, I didn't know that she knew me. I didn't know that she was actually, so to say, admiring me. But then, for you to notice me, it means a lot to me. A lot. It means a lot, sir. So sometimes what we do for people, we don't know how much it matters to them. Okay? We don't know how much it matters to them. Some of those things, those simple things. If you decide to start teaching people about mental health, emotional intelligence, psychological first aid, how to handle depressed people in the acute phase, like when it's spiking up, and then you decide to start teaching people coping skills, learn about anxiety, anxiety, coping strategies, and you can start communicating with people in this regard. Now, how should we cope? What is resilience, and how can resilience be acquired as a skill, as a soft skill that it is? So this is where you now start telling people, do this at this point. Know when to withdraw from social media. Know when to withdraw and recharge. Hibernate when you have to. Don't be under pressure to show up. Sometimes what is causing people their depression is because one coach somewhere who has anointed himself guru on social media has come to tell them, you must post every day and you must keep clapping for others till it's your turn. So you must be showing up every day. Come and show up every day. So you are coming up, you are seeing toxic things, you are just feeling defeated. You are not seeing something that is empowering you. The people you are following, they're just bragging up and down. They are talking about their achievements and nothing to inspire you. And then, you know, they are showing up consistently. They don't have time to recharge. You are burning fuel, but you are not buying fuel. You know, they're just there, showing up, showing up, showing up, showing up, and then getting exhausted. And at the end of the day, what happens? A collapse is imminent. You know, so sometimes what we can do for people is to let them know that it's okay not to achieve everything that you want to. Sometimes what is giving people headache is because they are comparing themselves to other people. So some of these things are not as hard, Faith. They are comparing themselves to other people. Oh, this guy has 10,000 followers. Me, I just have 2K followers. Hey, and we started together. Oh, this person posted and got 10,000 likes. Me, I posted and it's just 2 likes. The problem is too much. Oh, now wow. When will I ever? When will I? When will I? Sometimes you don't have to. I mean, you don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to have it all going well. Sometimes it's okay to try and fail. It's okay, completely okay to try and fail. You do it, things don't go in your own way, the way you wanted it. It's fine. It's okay when you don't know what to post. It's okay for you to go 3 days, for how many weeks now? Almost 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I've not really posted on my WhatsApp status. I'm even afraid to post because if I post now, people will start replying, and replying all the messages is hard for me. You know, sometimes I just have to tune out. I just have to go out. Let me go out and have my peace of mind. Sometimes the pressure is too much. You come online and everybody is succeeding, and it seems as if you are left behind. So I need to go out. That's my coping strategy sometimes. My coping mechanism. Go exit the stage, exit the crowd, exit whatever, exit social media, delete Facebook, delete LinkedIn. Yes, I do that. Delete everything and just rest, breathe, have fun, reconnect with family. Call your parents, call your friends, call your siblings. Just have fun. You come back again and start hustling. But for now, leave all those things. Your to-do list, tear it. I know you have been listening to Tony Robbins and what is his name? Russell Brunson and all of them. Very good, very wonderful, but sometimes realize that you are human and you need to recharge. You need some time to get yourself back. So it's perfectly fine if you do not achieve all the things that you've planned to achieve in 2024. It's fine to even carry over. Huh? I can't remember what year I did that. I think it was 2021. 2021 and 2022. And I told myself, the past year was good for me. Oh. It means that what I was doing, it was working. So, but there are things I did not finish. So instead of me to start writing new year resolutions, I borrowed some things. I just borrowed old year resolutions and carried over. Say, oh, this one I've been doing is working. I continue. I plan to read 20 books. I only read 2. So I know my threshold. Let me add more 4 from the list. Let me see if I can finish the 4. If I don't finish that 4, I'll read 2 again. No wahala. So sometimes you need to step down. People will come on social media and put pressure on you. I read 100 books this week. Yeah. And I've not even finished one book I've been reading for 6 months. Somebody's reading 100 books. I had to learn to realize that people have different timelines. People have unique identities and makeups. Individuality is key. So somebody is reading 100 books and barely understands what he's reading. Me, I may not be able to read 100 books, but I take courses in volume. I consume online courses. I consume videos. I consume content on social media that are really beneficial to my growth. So what's the difference? There's not much difference. We are both learning. But anyway, there was one time last week, every video I open online, on Facebook, on YouTube, just successful people read. Billionaires read. All the billionaires I know read. You cannot become successful if you don't read. If you don't read books, if you don't read books, if you don't read, I say, sure. That one concern you now. Yeah, zero pressure. Read book. Where did I find the time that I will read the book? zero pressure. You who can read and summarize for us, no wahala. But that's how funny it can get sometimes, that something as little as that can be a trigger for somebody. So your own role is, how can I communicate with grace? Sometimes what I do is I act as a buffer system for people's shock and pressure online. So while they are going around and they are seeing so many things that will pressure them, whether it's about them being multi-talented or whatever, I'll just position myself to let them know, look, you are trying. You are doing well. You are trying, at least at this phase. This is the effort you are putting in. You are doing well for yourself. Keep at it and don't be exasperated. Don't get tired. Or even if you're tired, you can rest. But don't give up the vision. You can change the course, you can change the path, but the destination is still the same. Okay? So that buffer system is what what encourages them. You know? So I went from being a toxic success, whatever, to being somebody who communicates with grace. That people would want to say, people come to me to tell me, I looked forward to seeing your post on Facebook. I remember one time I took a break from Facebook and I came back, and you know what somebody told me? That it's been hot. Like, that she looked, is it she or he? I can't even remember. But the person was saying that she looked forward to seeing my post, but she knew something left Facebook, that they couldn't breathe while I was away. you know, I knew what she was talking about. I knew, because I will always come in from that angle. Okay. So at a point too, I stopped communicating with violence. Those very violent opinions. I I had to find a way to buffer things. Even if I want to push my opinion, there are certain things that if I talk about, if my opinion on going to school is a very dangerous one, if you sit close to me, you will understand me. But if I want to talk about it on social media, I tend to take a softer approach. Because in the real sense, at a point, I just, I mean, if you ask me, I'll tell you it's useless to go to the university. At some point of my life, I'll tell you it's useless. And that point self is now. I'm not saying it's completely useless, but to a huge extent, compared to what is available on open source information, open source intelligence, compared to what is available right in the palm of your hands. I wonder why some people even go to school to study some courses now. So we spend 5, 6 years in school learning something that can be learnt in 2 years. It put you through strikes, unnecessary expenses, unnecessary classes, boring lectures that you don't understand. So many things. But then when I want to share these things openly, there's a way I share it so I don't discourage people, to now make them feel like all the years they put into school is useless. No. I went to school too. I graduated with good grades. I'm working, and I'm working 9 to 5. If I'm working 8 to 4, sometimes 8 to 4:30. But there's a way I communicate these things so that I can still pass my opinion, but intelligently. I can still disagree with most people, but intelligently. Okay? So that's it, Faith. I just gave you an overview, a robust perspective. Now you find where you want to enter from. Find where you want to enter from. Okay? Pick those things, one or two or three. You can go one after the other. You can start listening to mental health podcasts, YouTube videos on mental health. Some of those things, go through them one after the other, and then start sharing your message. Don't hold it back. Bring it out. Start sharing your message. Start letting people know how to create enabling environment for themselves. Start letting people know that it's okay. It's okay to try and fail. Start letting them know that, you know, their words matter, that their lives matter, that their opinions count. Some of those basic things are more powerful than the antidepressant medications that they give people. And let me tell you my approach to mental health and wellness. I don't believe that when somebody is depressed, you should give them medications, ketamines, and all those medications that they give to depressed people, benzodiazepine. Abi diazepam, triazepam. I don't believe that that's all there is. See what I believe. See, it doesn't make sense. If somebody is depressed because the person is poor, because he doesn't have money, it doesn't make sense to just grab the person, tie his hands, and give him injection for depression. It's not solve anything. And you know the funny thing, somebody is depressed. That's what I see a lot of times in this side of the world. Somebody is depressed because they don't have a job, right? It's getting them overwhelmed. They don't have a job and they are worried. Now you grab them, put them in an asylum or put them in a mental health facility. And the bill that they are incurring in that facility every day is more than 40,000, 50,000, 100,000 every day. Every day. So 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40,000, and they're going to be there for like 2 weeks or 1 week or 1 month, sometimes more. Now, at the end of the day, they've incurred bill of like 560,000 or 800,000. And who is going to pay it? Their parents. And you think the stress will not eventually fall on them. It doesn't make sense. So for me, I'm not against medications. I'm not against those things. I'm not against counseling and all the talk therapy and hypnotherapy that goes into mental health counseling and stuff like that. No, I'm not against all that. I'm not against the clinical psychologists, but I'm for the more objective approach. So somebody is not happy because they don't have money. Teach them how to make money and teach them how to live happy, how to be contented with what they have, even while striving for more. Give them strategy. Sometimes that's where the solution is. I've had people who came to me at a point in their lives when they were depressed. While we were just journeying in mentorship, they forgot the depression and they moved. I mean, they moved. They moved. They were literally flying. They forgot they were depressed. Some of them were suicidal. They forgot it and they just moved on with their lives. They forgot. So that's just my own approach. While we are trying to get it at a superficial level, let's dig deep. What's the cause of this depression? So you are making the wrong financial decisions. It's burning you. So even if we give you all the medications in the world, you still make another decision and it will burn you again. You are making the wrong relationship decisions. You are getting into relationship with the wrong kind of people. Even if we give you all the medication in the world, you will still carry yourself and that medication and enter into the house or be into the hands of the wrong man or the wrong woman, and you will see pepper. You will go down again. She will eat your money and finish it, and you will go down again. He will mess you up big time, and you will go down again. He leaves you more vulnerable and porous. Okay? If you are depressed because you don't have a job, because you don't have money, and we don't teach you how to create ventures that can raise you money by yourself on your own. We don't teach you those things. We don't empower you in that regard. No matter what happens, you will keep looking for that job 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, you are still looking for a job. You go and do another degree, you come out, you still continue looking for a job, you will still remain depressed. Maybe you eventually find a job and you realize that the job you are looking for is not freedom, but another bondage and slavery. Your boss is using you or insulting you or talking harshly at you, talking down on you. Your colleagues are not treating you well. You are being underpaid and overused. You are working like an elephant and eating like an ant. How will you be happy? See, many 9 to 5 workers in this country are not mentally all right. I can tell you this one for free. They are not mentally stable. Engage them in conversation and you will see how much pain they are carrying in their hearts. Frustration, depression, sadness, sorrow, anguish. Many of them, their needs are not matching with their income. So what do you expect? Now, my own approach is, don't just encourage people. Don't just tell them it will be well. Tell them how it is going to be well, how they can take that wellness into their own lives, into their own hands. Take responsibility of your life, and you will not be that sad. Create something with your hand. Create something, even if it is okpa, prepare up and go and sell. If it is corn, roast corn in your street, sell, make money. You will see that money you are looking for in a job, you will get times 3 if you are roasting corn in your street. It's just you that think that roasting corn is poor man's business. The akara woman in your street is probably making more money than that professor in your school, but you don't know.
because nobody told you. Okay, so I hope I've given you a picture, right? Take a more objective view and find out what you can do within that space. Then you now start learning. Ask questions, find out objective areas, key focus areas. Then you can start learning in that regard. You can go for more short courses. I would even advise go for short courses, and when you've gotten a good grasp, you can go for longer courses, more robust courses and certification programs. Okay, but don't hesitate. You already have what it takes to help people get better. Start doing it from today. So we've hit the 2 hour mark, and I wouldn't want to keep you all for too long. Yes, oppression is different from impact. Choose impact any day if you can. Wonderful. Wonderful. So JC Sings, good to see you here. Elizabeth Olawale, Prince Elvis. Hope I'm not too late. You are late though. You are late though. You are late though. Okay, so I think good. I think we're done for tonight. We're done for tonight. And like I said, I wouldn't like to keep you all here. So thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for joining. And do have an amazing night rest. I think I missed the intention really matters. I think I missed this comment. The systems of this world are overturned. The foundations and values are changing. Whatever happens to young people from now is a result of this. The work is plenty. More are even coming that are beyond psychological skills, whatever. Absolutely. 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 Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed. I didn't know this will even be this fun and long, but I enjoyed the conversation, and I hope that this stirs up something in us all, you know, to go ahead and become change agents wherever we find ourselves. Your churches, your families, your your social media handle, social media platforms, your street, your anywhere you find yourself. I hope it makes, it raises that awareness, that consciousness for value in every form. Okay, and we'll keep meeting. We'll keep meeting. I'll still announce our next meeting, what time it's going to be, and what date it's going to be. But in the meantime, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Thank you very much for joining, and I look forward to having you again and again and again and again. You can share this if you got value. You can share. You can invite friends to watch the replay. And if you're watching, you can hit the like button, and just comment that you watched. You can use hashtag live or hashtag replay depending on which one you're using, whether you're watching live or you're watching the replay. So just let me know that you stopped by. Just let me know that you stopped by, and I would really, really be grateful. So do have an amazing night rest. And I can still see that some people are here with me. So if you would like to be a part of my inner circle, I'm also giving that opportunity. You can reach out to me and let's talk about it. So if you would like to be part of my mentoring program, I see Faith here. I think I'll just connect you to Faith. How do I do this now? So it's not like I'm on Facebook now that I can tag her. This StreamYard, I would have just tagged her on Facebook or something. Or if you meet me, if I have the time to, have a conversation. Otherwise, I'll just refer you to her and she'll tell you more about the inner circle and how you can become a member of it. So good, good, good. Do have an amazing night rest. Bye.